right, well, we are now live. Yay. Once again, I'd like to officially welcome you all to the session. Let me grab what I'm looking for so I can keep that up. So y'all should see that moving around on screen now. So, welcome to Session 0 of the Adventurers Academy, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. My name's Vindy. I will be the Dungeon Master for this campaign, and I am joined by my fellow adventurers. I'm just going to start at the top of the list and head down. So, to the top right, on the top right corner of the screen is Steve. So, Steve, if you could just do a quick introduction, name or whatever your persona is, the name of your character, and your class. Okay, Steve's having some technical difficulties. That's fine. We'll get back to him. So moving right down the list, up next is Lucky.
Yo. So, my ID is Lockjaw. He's a green scale dragonborn, and he's a ranger class.
Okay. And it sounds like Steve has fixed his technical difficulties. I heard you moving your mic around there, Steve.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yep.
Let me go ahead and crank your volume just a little bit. Say something again.
Do it at this end.
No, you're good. I reduced your user volume in Discord.
Okay. Good. That probably helps me. Okay. My character is a dwarf druid. He's technically challenged. And no, that's me, sorry. And his name is Flintock.
Okay. And then
Anything else you need?
Nope, that's it for now. And then finally, you are not last or least, just you are third down on the list. Energy.
Yeah, I am playing Arrakis Valeth, a Dragonborn Paladin, Brass Dragonborn. Yeah, excited. Very excited.
Alrighty. Awesome.
I got my shield on my chest even.
Hey, I've got the Fallout guy. There is a fourth to this campaign. He had some wife aggro, so hopefully he will be joining us later today. However, if not, it is what it is. Adventurers go missing all of the time. At least he's not playing a bard, I don't think. Alrighty. What?
Do you know what he's playing yet?
I have no idea what he's playing.
Maybe he is a bard.
That's why I said I don't think he's playing as a bard. I have no idea what he's playing as. So that could be dangerous.
Come on, I can't be that bad.
Well, I am a consequence DM. So for all of those of you who are just now joining us, who haven't seen any of the other streams that I do, this is a new weekly campaign that we are going to be doing from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. This is broadcast live on Twitch at twitch.tv/VindyTitan1988. That's VindyTitan1988. If you're tuning in as part of a podcast, awesome. We look forward to you keep listening, right? If you're joining us through YouTube or something like that, is this part of a video on demand or something like that that I've posted later? Come on over, check us out, or check me out. If you like what we're doing, show some support by dropping a follow. You know, all help is always appreciated. Pass it around, let people know what we're doing. So, before we really dive into it, I am going to start off by saying I am a consequence-style DM. What that means is you can attempt to do whatever you want in my games. That doesn't mean there's not consequences for what you do. For example, you can punch the barkeep in the face. That's fine, but you've just started a bar fight. And maybe the townsfolk aren't too happy with that and put you've broken the law, so now you're wanted by the city guards. You can attempt to really do whatever you want. There's not much that I say, no, you cannot do that to. However, because I believe in consequences, if your character says something or you say your character does something, that's it. There's no takebacks. Once it's out, it's out. That's not being mean. That's just, the reality of it. If you say, I'm going to cut off his leg and steal that ring, okay, roll initiative because you're trying to attack somebody. I'll probably let you get the first swing in because it's a surprise attack, but still, it's an attack. So, congratulations, you are now in combat. I don't say this to scare anybody off. It's just, that's how I play. I like to be upfront about it. At the end of the day, my goal is to make sure all of you have a fun adventure and we build a good story together. If you have feedback for me, or if somebody is not doing something, or you have a problem with somebody, let's be respectful about it. We can talk to each other, figure out why something's not happening, right? And there's a difference between somebody playing a jerk character because their character is legitimately a jerk, and that person just being a jerk, right? But remember, at the end of the day, this is a game to have fun. That's what we're here for. So does anybody have any other questions for me, or are we ready to dive on into this introduction?
Who wears a ring on their leg?
Technically, the cleric wasn't wearing the ring on the leg. He had it held in his hand. But the guy was joking about attacking him to damage him and kill him to take the ring.
Okay, good. And
I'm
we're
sorry.
live?
Yes, we are live.
I didn't sign a waiver. Did you guys sign a waiver? Okay.
I'm not stopping you from broadcasting. You can do what you want.
No, go ahead. I'm just being a jerk. All
That's
right,
fine.
I'm good. I got it out. I'm good.
Get it out now. Get it out now.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, let me grab one other thing, and I just blocked that screen, so it's not going to do the cameras properly. So, welcome to the world of Diagethus.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
Yes, you will.
I don't know if I'm gonna do a quiz.
There's no quiz. Hey, if there's no quiz. In the world of Diagethus, there's a lot of happenings. A lot of races have learned to somewhat live in peace with each other. Right? Things happen. People say things. People do things. Countries, civilizations or countries, whatever you would like to call them. I'm going to call them nations. Nations do things, have different viewpoints, right? Things happen. So there is tension, but largely they are trying to, work together. The premise of this is you are all adventurers and you've came to the nation of Piorm. And you've come to this nation for, I don't know why, because we don't know your characters yet. We haven't really introduced anybody other than name and class. That's intentional. In this world, adventurer academies have been developed and kind of built at several of the different major locations, the major city capitals or major strategic locations. And the purpose behind these academies is, for a long time, adventurers would just kind of go out, do their thing, and that was it. Well, a lot of things have happened, and the nations kind of came together and realized they need to have some standard behind what happens in these academies. What happens for an adventurer. So you've all joined the Adventurers Academy. It's much like a college in some aspects, except it's focused on how to become an adventurer and actually licensed to be an adventurer. There's a lot of things in the world that adventurers defend against, right? They're the ones that go out beyond the cities, that go out into the wilderness, that explore ancient civilizations, and they're the ones that fight out there and try and keep the monsters and the other beings that are either not indigenous to this plane or just in general want to see civilization be destroyed. Right? That's what you're going for. Some people come because they believe in becoming a hero, right? Some people want to become a hero. That's why they've joined the Adventurers Academy. And that's why they want to live a life of adventure. Some join just because they want to travel the world. And as an adventurer, you pretty much can go anywhere and complete missions or bounties or quests, depending on the nation you're in. Some have joined simply to become more powerful. Right? They've decided we want to get stronger, and they saw this as the best way to get stronger. Others have joined for less honorable reasons. Maybe they're looking at ways to exploit others through sheer force of will. Maybe they are trying to learn how to better kill adventurers because they live in areas, they're from areas where adventurers have done them wrong in the past or perceived wrongs in the past. Right? It's important to note that not all adventurers stay true to what the Academy teaches. Everybody joins for their own reason. That's where we're going to start off. You have all been accepted to this Adventurers Academy, and if you look at my stream, not the Twitch stream, my Discord stream, although Twitch, you can see it as well. That's the big map in the center. Today is the first day at the Adventurers Academy. You guys are brand new here. Some of you have just traveled via horseback or via carriage. Some of you have traveled from other lands or other nations via boats or ships. However you came here, that's on you. I'm not going to tell you how you came here because that's part of your character's backstory. I didn't really give you any of the plot yet. That was intentional again. Right? We're here to craft a story and craft a world. So, if you're looking on the stream, and can everybody see the my stream? Not my Twitch stream, but like it's called Dungeon Painter. Right?
Yep.
So this is the academy that you have joined. And this is just a real quick aerial map. Right? From the outside, it doesn't necessarily look like a lot. But looks can be deceiving. Right? And this is all you guys know of the world so far. You were told in your acceptance letter that throughout your course here, your day would start with a general assembly in the auditorium for all new initiates. Alright, so with that said, this is where we're starting. Nobody really knows each other yet. You can choose whether you already want to have gathered in the assembly hall or if you want to be somewhere kind of exploring the academy.
Where are we living? Like, do we have barracks or rooms, dorms?
So none of that has been told to you yet. However, you would assume, since it is an academy, that there would be some type of lodging. You haven't been told personally where you're staying yet. You've showed up with your pack, your gear, and that's it. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. So, with that energy, where are you going to be at? Do you want to just be in the auditorium, or are you trying to explore the area?
I have a lot of. I would assume I have a decent amount of stuff. I'd like to just, if possible, go to the dorm or barracks and maybe see what's going on there. See if there's who I'm living by, if possible.
Okay, so you're making your way to the dorms, trying to find where you're going to be living.
Okay.
Okay? Lucky, what are you up to?
I'm gonna take a stroll down the main walkway, I guess, but I'm gonna perceive the area and see what's going on, seeing who's here.
Okay, so you're going to do a perception?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so go ahead and roll perception.
14 plus 17.
So you look around the area, you see a lot of what look to be college-age students, well, academy-age students, right? They're just kind of milling about. It's a new session, new semester, trimester, right? Start of a new schooling year for them. They're just kind of lounging around. They're looking at you with interest. They can tell you've never been here before. Pretty much everybody is somewhat close-knit. You see some older people just kind of directing older people. You would assume that they would be either staff members or potentially professors or instructors, directing newer persons to what looks like the auditorium or the main hall.
Okay, well, I guess I'll continue to meander in that direction.
Okay, so you're making your way to the main hall? Alrighty. Steve.
Okay. I'm going to just go along with the crowd and start going to the door and make it look like I belong.
Okay, so you're just following the crowd.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, energy. You kind of break off from the group of people just kind of meandering about, and you start making your way to what looks like a dorm area. Before you can actually go into a dorm area, you see another student, and they look like an older student, possibly in their final years of training. And what do you do?
Do you know where I'm supposed to be going? Literally, am I supposed to drop my stuff off? Am I supposed to go to the assembly? I'm not sure.
Initiates. They never read their letters. You're supposed to go to the auditorium. You don't have rooms here until you've passed initiation.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do.
Nobody told me there was going to be homework.
And was there anything else in the letter that I may have missed? Any tips for the initiation?
I don't know. They change the letter every year. Do I look like some second-year student to you?
No, but you look pretty experienced, and if there's one thing I know, I always look up to those people who have more knowledge than me and try and learn from them. So, just asking questions, man.
Sucking up will get you nowhere here, kid. Just get to the auditorium with all the other fresh bloods.
Punch him in the face.
Sure, there's not something that you can give me a tip for, what I'm about to go through?
Roll persuasion.
Uh, 21.
Look, kid. You seem like an alright type. Initiation's not that hard. Find someone you can work with. Don't be afraid to run away if things get tough. That's all I'm letting you know.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll head out.
All right. Was that a natural 20 or no?
No, that was a 15 plus
Okay.
6.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
It's okay.
All right. So now what are you up to? You heading to the auditorium?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm going to take the advice and head that way.
All right. So it takes a little bit of time, but eventually you see a bunch of people kind of gather in what looks like the main auditorium, or at least an area that would appear to be the main auditorium. And if you're looking if you look on the screen, this is what the auditorium looks like. I haven't placed tokens anywhere here because, I'll be honest, nothing fancy is going to happen here. But this is kind of the general layout, right? It's a fairly large room. We have a stage up center. It's a little bit of a raised stage. It appears to be made out of wood. And you just see a whole bunch of other people milling around. So, since I'll keep going down that list, Energy is going to be one of the later people to arrive. So, we'll start with Lucky.
Okay. I'll hang back and to the left of wherever this gathering stuff is. Not in the middle of the crowd, but back on the back edge of it.
Okay. So let me find some tokens real quick. Oh, I think these are actually registered as objects. So, these aren't going to be your permanent tokens by any means. I'm just grabbing something so we can kind of mark where you're at. So, Lucky, you get to be a Murloc. So right about here, is that where you're wanting to be?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Steve, what are you doing?
Where's Lucky? I can't see Lucky. Where's he at?
He's in the back left. I dropped it down there, the little red token.
Back left. Huh. I'll just head on to the back right and try and look cool.
Okay, you're going to try and look cool, then I have the right token for you. So where do you want to be?
I'm not really seeing it, to tell you the truth. I see a building with about 5 pillars. I didn't see a token. Am I in the right place?
Yeah, you're in the right place. I just dropped another token just to the right of you. If you click on that, it will expand it and make it a little bit bigger for you.
Okay, I see it now.
So.
Yep.
Does that look good for you?
Yep.
Okay. And finally, Energy. You're towards one of the last to arrive, and just kind of spread throughout here. Let me grab my objects again.
Yep.
You just see a bunch of other people just kind of milling about. So, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What are you trying to
I'm gonna
do?
go probably just in front of the center pillar.
Okay.
Yeah, about there. I don't want to make a fuss, getting up there. So.
Okay. So we'll put you about right there. Okay. So y'all are milling around for a bit. Is there anything you were wanting to do, or are we just sitting here waiting?
I mean, do we notice anything like on the stage? That's a stage, right?
Yes.
Do we see anything on the stage?
There's no people on the stage. Is that what you're asking?
Any objects?
Go ahead and roll perception.
All of us?
Whoever wants to look at what's on the stage.
19 plus 1, 20.
Okay.
All right, let me in on this. Where's my dice?
22.
Okay.
Wow, we're getting some high rollers. I got 22 as well.
None of those were natural?
No, mine's an 18-5.
Okay. Unless it's a nat, you don't just tell me if it's a nat 20. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. So up on stage, you don't really see too much. It looks like this is something that everybody is going to be standing on. This looks like an area where teachers may eventually put mission boards up or something like that. You see some boards in the background, but nothing's on them right now. You kind of look around. You can tell it's obviously where whoever is going to be speaking from will be. So, while you're looking around, you see an elderly gentleman. Not really elderly, but definitely older. He is not a student. you see him starting to make his way onto stage. Sure, we'll use this guy. That works for now. I'll probably change your tokens up to give you better tokens here at some point. So he's making his way up on stage, and eventually he gets towards center stage. Right? He's accompanied by a couple of other professors, or other adults, I should say. Maybe they're professors, maybe they're instructors. Maybe they're going to beat you. You don't know. That all depends on what you do. So that's what we see at the moment. At this point, you hear one of the professors, or one of the adults, I should say. They're professors, but you don't know that yet. You hear one of them, quiet down, everyone. Welcome to the initiation ceremony. I want you all to make sure you can hear me. We are not repeating ourselves today. Is that understood?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
I'll see you in the ring, smart aleck. Allow me to introduce the headmaster. And at that point, you can see him obviously pointing, well, taking his hand and signaling to the headmaster. All right, so you know that that's someone of importance. This is Headmaster, and I'm just pulling it up so I make sure I say it right. Oh, come on. Aerolith Orifir. You can refer to him as Headmaster Orifir.
Sorry.
Headmaster.
At this point, you see him stand up. Well, not stand up, but take front and center. And he clears his throat. Welcome to the Pure Adventurers Academy. Over the next 4 years, we're going to teach you many things. I'm not going to lie to you. You've all came here for different reasons. Those are your own. I don't care. I wish to say that all of you will see graduation. The truth is, many of you will not. I'll be surprised to see a quarter of these here come forth here. The path you are embarking on is a perilous pass. Many come seeking glory. Some seek fame. Some simply seek strength of character or to protect those they love. But at the end of the day, this is a dangerous path. You think coming here will free you of that responsibility. You'll learn over your time here, this is merely the beginning. If you do not continue to learn, if you do not take our words to heart, you will not succeed. And the cost of failure in this world is the cost of your life. With that being said, good luck, initiates. May you make it to the first year. And he just turns and walks off stage and leaves.
Can I cast Divine Sense?
You want to cast Divine Sense.
Is that so? As an action, you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn, or is that something that has to be done in combat?
Sure, you can cast Divine Sense.
Do I pick up anything? Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the hollow spell, or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. And I use it 5 times per long rest?
You don't sense anything.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Good.
There's nothing out of the ordinary.
Nope.
Or at least nothing that you can see that's out of the ordinary.
Nothing really evil. Nothing super good.
Well, that's not what Divine Sense senses. Right? You don't sense really anything.
Gotcha.
Nothing that would stand out.
Okay.
Alright. So you've done that. You see that that instructor who talked to you all earlier threatened one of you effectively with training. He takes back up center stage. Initiates, you can leave your gear here. Well, leave your belongings that you would not take into combat here. Your trial begins soon. And with that, you see them walk off.
COVID-17, I think.
I have a technical question.
Sure.
Just as far as equipping equipment. Can I only have like a long sword, or can I also have like a spear? What is it? Active?
You can have it active, but you'd still have to spend an action to trade it out.
To trade out. Okay.
Yeah, you can have it active so that you can look at your modifiers and things like that.
Gotcha.
Because that'd be
I
like
didn't know that.
equipped in your shoulder pack, or rather across your back or something like that. So you'd still have to pull it out.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Yep. All right. Lucky, are you doing anything?
Which instructor was the one who talked shit to me?
You don't know.
Damn it! I was looking. I wanted to keep tabs on that one.
You see them all kind of huddling around. They're too dissimilar for you to make, unless you're trying to do something.
Nah, I don't got any tricks. What's the general census of the crowd?
Roll perception. Nervous.
Figures.
Yeah, he just told us we're gonna die.
You're gonna die!
All right, Steve, are you doing anything?
I'm gonna roll a perception check just for the heck of it. I'll tell you what I got. Here we go. Oh, a 2, a 7. Never mind, it doesn't matter what I'm trying to perceive. I don't get nothing.
They seem
So, no,
nervous.
Yeah.
Neither of you passed the
I only
DC
needed
either way,
some.
so.
That was a 7 with my +5. So they must be pretty nervous if I picked that up. Yeah, at this point, I'm just sitting around capping my fingers, wondering what's happening next.
Okay. All right, Energy, are you trying to do anything else?
I'm just gonna kind of look around. I would probably take note of Lockjaw. I don't know how many other Dragonborn there are, but my guess is there are a ton. So I may linger a little bit longer, staring at him.
So you look around the room. You see one Dragonborn standing by the pillars. There are a couple of Dragonborn, like one or you think maybe 2 others, but you can't be too sure. Their backs are to you, spread throughout the other people.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. At this time, you see a professor walk back up on stage. Initiates, ready your weapons and follow me.
All right.
Oh, good. Fun time.
All right. Are you guys doing anything, or are you just following the crowd?
I'm readying my weapon and I'm following the crowd.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
grab up my longsword and my shield.
All right, let's get this out of the way right now. I have a scimitar. Did I say that right?
Scimitar.
Scimitar. I'm readying my scimitar.
Well,
Probably have to
all
practice.
that means is you're making sure it's equipped and on your person.
Yeah, I'm ready, baby.
Right.
I'm ready. Yeah.
Yeah. Just grab grab the weapon loadout and be like, all right, let's have some fun.
So this is a scimitar.
I don't happen to like stumble across a magical longsword or anything on my way, right?
No.
No, we're poor, dude. We're like we got gear.
I mean, you can roll for it.
I'm good. I'm just.
You can absolutely roll
Why
for
not?
it,
What would I
but
roll? What would I have to roll? Perception?
so yeah, go ahead and roll a perception.
All right.
Or do you have the ability to detect magic?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Nah, me neither.
1 + 1, 2.
Nat failed. You see a sword. That's what you get.
Good sword.
You see a sword.
I'm glad I didn't trip and sprain something.
Those 20 pluses weren't going to last.
Yeah,
Hey, all hail the dice gods.
I know. I thought, what's the worst? I mean, I as well roll for it just in case.
By the way, the DC was 35. In other words, I set it to an impossible number.
Yeah.
You're a level 1 character. You ain't getting a magic item yet. Magic in my world isn't uncommon, but it's not easy to come by.
Gotcha.
Turnip farmers don't have it.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So, with that said, y'all are kind of following him, and he is heading out towards this main walkway, heading past where everyone's going. Eventually, he's going to start passing the dorms, and then he'll be passing the training field and making his way towards the front gate. So everyone go ahead and roll a... I hate constantly using the same thing, but it is. Go ahead and roll perception. Everyone.
Everybody?
Yep.
Ooh, all right.
4.
9.
Let's go. Yeah, 6. Unbelievable.
Okay,
6 with modifier.
as you're walking down the main avenue, all you hear are the older students. Looks like they brought some meat in. We're gonna eat good tonight.
I flip off whoever yelled at in the crowd.
You have no idea who yelled it. It's just background
Just in general.
noise. Yeah. Okay.
I just roll my eyes.
I'm starting to get. My shoulders are broadening a little bit.
Okay.
Kind of getting in that
Crazy.
zone.
What is it? Dragonborn, what, 6 foot and 250 pounds? I mean, it's not exactly you can hide me. It's just like, everyone?
A little taller, a little bigger. About 6'3".
So then I just want to look at what your stat sets are, so I can make sure it's the right one. Were you trying to be covert about that, Lucky, or no? I'm assuming no.
No, if it's other students mouthing off, I'm just gonna be like, what? Watch.
Okay, Lucky specifically. Roll a perception.
Six.
You need
Okay.
a new name.
Alrighty. So you guys are keep walking. About this time, you all are passing the fighter's pit. And at that point, Lucky, what's your AC?
16.
A rock comes out of nowhere, hits your head for 1 damage.
Figures.
What do you do?
Pick the rock up. Cool. Thanks. Put it in my pocket. Just be like, that's the worst you got? Shit. Alright, whatever. And keep walking.
Okay.
I
Mr.
shake my
Lockjaw.
head and say Dragonborn.
Mr. Lockjaw, it would not do you well to antagonize them. We have a policy of non-interference among students. However, with your current stage, I can guarantee, Dragonborn or not, Ranger or not, you would be the one leaving in a body bag.
Okay. I'll take the advice.
That was the headmaster saying that to you.
Yeah, and I know not to fuck with my superiors, so alright, cool. Heads up.
Okay, so we make it. Oh, you make it across out of the store, or out of the gates, unless anybody else is trying to do anything.
Nah.
I'm good.
I was going to see if I figured out where the rock came from, but I guess I don't care.
Well, if you want to hear what the headmaster said, roll. Right, because he spoke that really quietly, right next to Lucky.
Oh, so what should I roll to see if I picked it up?
Perception.
Okay. We're doing a lot of that lately. Here we go.
We are.
A 9.
You notice that the headmaster was talking to him, but you don't hear what it was.
Got it.
Energy, are you doing anything?
No, I'm good.
December, they ain't dead yet.
Is he watching?
Oh yeah, yeah. So once you get out of the gates, the professor takes a right, or the professor leading you all takes a right, and has you go across the bridge that's covered a pond area, and it looks like they're taking you out into a forest.
Well, at least that's going in my favor.
Yeah.
You guys keep walking for a little bit, and eventually you kind of come to this initial clearing, and then you see the professor stop. Everybody's still kind of milling around, and then from the middle of the crowd, the headmaster just continues to walk forward and walk up towards the professor. So, he turns around, he looks at you all, and just very even keel. If you want to roll a perception, you can. If not, don't worry about it.
Sure.
Okay.
14. 13 plus 1.
Okay. Anybody else rolling or not caring?
Mm-mm. And I'm only yawning because I'm tired. It's not your campaign, trust me.
If you can't tell, I do like RP.
It's been a long day. But
Oh, I
I'm
bet.
good. I'm good.
Okay, lucky.
14 on
So,
perception,
yeah.
but
So you look at the headmaster, and you can tell he's kind of staring at a specific dragonborn. He's not angry, he's not sad, he's just very stoic. But Lockjaw, it looks like he's pretty much staring right at you.
here we go.
Initiates, before you, you have a simple task. Once you have completed this task, you will become first-year students. Whatever you did previously matters not, for once you are a student, you are to dedicate yourself to the performance of that task. As mentioned to one student previously, if there are disputes among you, you are to solve them amongst yourselves. With that said, we do not tolerate the murder of other students. If you're to fight, take it to a ring, and do so with honorable combat. The task before you is simple. To gain acceptance to this academy and become an actual student, you need to prove to us that you are able to actually defeat the creatures that go bump in the night. Bring me back the head. Well, not bring me back the head. That was a bad choice of what I wanted to say. And let me grab the right thing. Oh, unfortunately, I'm using the internet, so we'll see how that works.
While you're doing that, I'm probably gonna just try and shift over towards Lockjaw, just a little bit. Nothing like
Okay.
on top or anything. Just I noticed that he's being looked at in a funny way. So
Bring me the head of a monster that lives within these woods. It's best to choose a team that you can work well together with. Teams are made of 4 individual candidates. Once the team is formed, you are with them for the rest of your time here. There is no trading. There is no debating on this. It is simple. If you're to kill one of the monstrosities that live in these woods and gain acceptance to the school, the group of 4 that kill it shall become a team. But choose wisely. For you are all new. Who knows what your pasts are? Who knows who you can truly trust? With that, be gone.
all right,
That's it.
That's it.
be gone. Into the woods.
Was this like science class? Everyone start picking teams.
You can do what you
You
want.
know,
So any critter.
A monster, head of a monster.
Oh shit. All right, I'm gonna just be like, well, we're gonna figure this crap out on the fly. All right, I'm gonna pull my ranger stunt because I'm figuring we've been here for at least an hour, and woods are my favorite terrain. And I'm going to scan, do survival tracking for what might be big, might be worth it. Which means I get advantage in survival checks for beasts and Sylvan.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll 15 and 12. So that puts me at 18 as my highest roll for a survival check to scan the immediate area and see if I see any kind of tracks.
Okay, you're scanning the area. You see what would appear to be bear track, or I'm sorry, not bear tracks. wolf tracks.
Okay. Nothing else?
There's a lot of other things out there. Maybe there's boars, but you see mainly just tracks that belong to various different forest animals. There's no fae, there's no sylvan.
Okay. It's the most dangerous thing is a four-legged wolf. Possibly.
That's what you saw. I would advise you to think about what the headmaster said. What he specifically said.
Things. Alright, well, I'm doing my thing. I don't know what anyone else is doing at the moment.
So I know Energy said he was moving towards you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would just kind of brush past and just kind of offhand be like, I don't know if you were noticing, but the headmaster seemed like he was kind of staring you down a little bit.
Oh, I noticed. I'm used to being a disappointment and pissing people off. That's kind of my thing. As I continue to keep scanning and trying to figure out, all right, what is this guy wanting us to run down?
Okay.
Well, you said we need to find a monster, right?
Yeah.
Let's go find a monster. I don't know what's in this woods.
So, with that said, let me grab the right thing. Let me go back here. Because I'm not just going to hang you guys out to draw. I'll give you a chance to remember what he said. Because this is something you would most likely pay a fair bit of attention to. Alrighty, let me see what your different skills are. Because I want to find something that would actually work that's not perception.
History?
No. Well, maybe. Go ahead and just roll an intellect.
Intellect. I gotta see what my intellect is.
I hate you.
Hey, you put them where you wanted to put them.
19 plus 1. That doesn't. Yeah.
15.
Okay?
I got no modifier on that.
Yeah.
I got a 1.
Okay.
Like,
So, Steve, you don't remember what he said. You just kind of spaced out.
Good. About right. Yep.
Lucky and Energy, you remember that the headmaster specifically said you were to hunt down and kill a monstrosity.
Oh, I remembered that.
Gotcha.
Okay. It's a whole slew of things.
You're right. It is. But it is not a wolf.
Yeah.
Okay. So, back to what we were doing. So, Energy, you were talking with Lucky, kind of, sort of. Steve, what are you up to?
I made my way over to them.
Okay, you made your way over towards them. Anything else you were doing at the time, or just making your way towards them?
Nothing other than walking towards them. Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and just roll a perception. I'll let you know the DC for this is 10.
Well, with my last few.
And everyone can roll this perception. Okay, 8.
12 plus the 15 plus. Oh, it's 17.
Okay.
Because using my natural terrain thing.
Okay. And Steve?
Oh, you didn't. I got 13.
Okay. So, Lucky, Steve, you see the majority of the students dispersing. None of them appear to be heading even remotely near where the wolves' tracks were. Lucky, you see them not heading near the way the wolves' tracks were leading. Steve, you just see them dispersing. Energy, you see him dispersing as well. And then, Lucky, you also see one other initiate that's kind of standing there looking lost.
Is that a dwarf? Is that the dwarf?
Is that me?
No, he was making his way to you. So you saw him approaching you. This is the fill-in character for the last guy. At least this way I can have your team put together instead of having to write some convoluted how do you join.
Generic PC character. Gotcha.
Yeah. So you see a generic insert currently generic PC character walking towards you. He's on autopilot, and I'm just going to roll base stats for him.
Gotcha.
So. Okay.
Alright,
So, but
So, do you want to go find something?
I got tracks for wolves. That's about the biggest, nastiest thing I see right here.
Does anything eat a wolf? Does anything eat a wolf? I mean, what we got, unless you have a better idea.
I mean, we can follow them, but I don't see anything else.
well, he says we got to team up, and there's 4 of us here. So something tells me we should probably do all right together. You guys should stick with me. By year 2, I'm going to be able to turn into a bear.
Yeah, as he says this, I look down and go, shit, what the hell was that thing?
Okay, so it would appear that a dragonborn has just looked down upon you, Steve, semi-insulted you, and said, "What the hell is that thing?"
Like I said, one day I could be as big as you, Lummox. So
I'll try not to step on you till then. Alright, I just look around and, well, I guess this is it. Alright, let's move. Let's pick a direction.
I would recommend you at least introduce each other, so you are not random generic PC or random. And you can do whatever you want. That's about the only. That's like the depth of what my recommendations will ever be.
We can do this walking. Let's move, kids.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
get moving.
Okay. Where are you walking?
I'm Flint. I don't have in height. Don't worry. I make up in width.
I'm Arcas.
Which way are you walking?
I'm like, the tracks go this way that I can find.
Okay.
So
He looks big enough to be a leader.
So you all start walking, following Lucky. Go ahead
The
and
big Lummox.
roll survival.
Your terrain provisions is doubled, so I got +4 on that. Plus whatever my thing is. 12 plus. I'm at 15.
Okay, you can see the tracks just continue to lead a little bit deeper into the woods. You still have firm sight of them, and we'll say about 10 minutes has passed of walking.
Okay. During that 10 minutes, I'm gonna just keep putting my hand up and being like, this way, and I'm like, by the way, I'm Lockjaw, I'm a ranger. I'm assuming that the little guy who says you can wild shape's supposed to be a druid. And I'm assuming as I'm looking back at the other dragonborn going, you stink of righteousness. Ugh. And I just keep walking.
I mean, if you can't tell by my sword and shield and my armor, yeah. righteous is about right.
Hold on. I gotta look at something.
Am I really with 2 Dragonborns right now?
Yeah. Well,
Are they both Dragonborns?
generic PC characters.
Yes.
All right, I'll speak very slowly.
There's a momentary pause for me to look back and say something back in Edmund Sylvan, pretty much being like, I was stepping on you, and then keep walking.
What'd you whisper it in?
Sylvan.
Okay.
I'm going to do a perception on that. Ooh, I got 22.
Do you speak Sylvan?
Oh, I have no idea. I hope so.
Oh.
It's not on my sheet.
Let me
But I might
find.
have picked up a word here or there,
Let
right?
me find Flintock real quick.
Yeah.
Common, Druidic, and
No, I.
Which language do you got? Energy?
He has Common, Druidic, and Dwarvish.
You heard him
I-
speaking a foreign language.
Right. I'm good.
You did You did pick up that it was probably meant as some type of insult, just based on the tone, or that could just be how the language sounds. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm used to it, and I'd rather be around these big guys if we run into something.
Okay.
Rather than those puny students I seen back at the academy.
I'll just respond in Sylvan. Just let's keep focused on the goal here. We can do this.
That catches a momentary pause for me, being like, oh, what? You understood that? Oh, shit. All right, cool. Good to know. And keep going.
Okay. Did anybody listen to what Steve said? Or, I'm sorry, what Flintock said? And
What'd
that's
I
a
say?
no. Let's keep going.
Yeah. It's good to hang around us for meat shields. It's just like, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Like,
that's exactly right. Meat shields.
Yes.
You're
All right.
very smart.
So what we're gonna do is it's currently 9:38. We've been going for an
I'm
hour. Let's just do a quick break. That gives everyone a chance to use the bathroom. We'll say about 10 minutes, right?
Okay.
About a 10-minute break or so. That lets everybody use the bathroom. And then that lets me go have a smoke.
Okay. Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Yep.
Thanks, fellas.
be right back.
So while we're doing that, I'm going to put it on a... Where's it at? Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because we don't hold back. It's like, nope.
Oh. And speaking of December, I need to send him something.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to some of this 5e nonsense where it's just like, wait, what's this? I'm like,
Alright, 1 second.
you read things like 8 times to make sure I'm doing it right.
Alright. So that's been sent to him, so we are good there. Alrighty, is everyone back and ready for the second half of the session?
I'm
quick
back.
Question.
Yeah.
Earlier you said do a intellect check.
Yeah.
I rolled intelligence. Is that correct? Or is
Yes.
there?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I still often call things by like the 3.5.
It's okay.
So.
I'm just trying to learn. So don't worry.
So, alrighty.
Nolan,
Yes, Steve.
Nolan, I'm getting you good, and I'm getting Lucky good, but energy is coming in kind of
Okay.
faint.
So go ahead and right-click on his picture or on his webcam.
User
Okay.
volume.
Yep, and you're gonna find one that says user volume, and just go ahead and slide his all the way to the right.
Yep. Check. Can you hear me okay?
Well, it won't let me slide his thing.
Oh, you have to click on the dot. Yeah, welcome to Discord.
Let me know if this helps. I could always switch over, I guess, to a headset, but
Yeah.
It's just the arrow key.
any better?
I got you at 200%. I can adjust the volume of mine, so.
All right. I'll try and speak up a little bit too and project.
Yeah, that's one I do not have a problem doing. Although
Okay,
I
I'm good.
do miss my
Okay.
regular mics. Alrighty. So, you have been following this wolf track.
Shit. Operating up about 4.
What?
I'm going to be a bear one day.
You've been following this wolf track
And he just locked up.
for a little bit of time.
Yep.
Oh, I'm still locked up? Ah, shit.
Must be that hotel Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
There you
welcome
go.
to the hotel internet. Can y'all see me now? Hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Do. And you've been led into an area that looks something like what you see on that screen.
Okay.
Go ahead and Lucky. Well, actually, everyone can do this, but roll a survival check.
I'm still doing beasts, so I get advantage on that.
I got a 6.
And I get double proficiency because we're in the woods. Yay.
Hey, all right. I got a +5 on my survival. Here we go.
Alright, that's 19. Math is not my friend right now.
I got 12 and +5, so I got a 17.
Okay.
I'm at 24.
Okay.
For survival.
And energy, what'd you get?
I got a 6.
Okay. So Lucky and Steve, you see at the other end of that little forest section you're in, you see 2 wolves. Aw, kitty.
Yeah.
Distract the DM. Alright.
Energy, you don't see them, but Lucky and or I should say Flintock and Lockjaw, you guys see them down there at the end.
Okay.
All right.
Normal wolves.
They, for that, roll a perception.
For perception.
18 for perception? Yes, they do appear to be normal wolves.
Yeah, well, I'll just put my hand up and just kind of mark where they're at quietly.
Okay. I acknowledge that. I give a nod.
Same.
They're just wolves, so
So keep moving
Do
forward.
they count for what the headmaster wants?
he said monstrosity, so unless there's something else here.
Anybody got a ranged weapon?
I just turned back and look at the druid like, seriously?
I'm not hungry yet.
Are they doing anything?
They are... You rolled what? 20...
Yeah, it was 19 plus 22 plus another 2, 24.
They appear to be stalking something, but you can't see what it is.
Oh boy.
So they're hunting something.
Okay.
Is there any other tracks?
Roll a survival.
Bonus. With advantage, that puts me at 17. Plus 3, that's 20. At least 20.
You see what appears to be boar tracks.
I think a boar. Okay.
They're stalking a boar.
Yeah, they don't seem to be.
Close. How close are we to these wolves? How close are we?
Was it like 75 feet?
You would be... You're currently... Let's see. 1, 2...
Guess we got some lag going on.
Yeah, you're about 75 feet away from the wolves. So, let me do it this way. If you're looking on here... And of course, these are in frickin'...
No, it's okay. They're far enough away. I just want to... I can speak with them if I get close enough. But then that's the trick, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, the trick is not getting bit. Getting
Yeah.
close.
So if you're looking... Whoop, that is not the one I want.
Jesus.
So that's kind of where you see him right now.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm just gonna run the opposite side.
Yeah, you guys are over here.
Okay. Well, you can keep getting closer. If you wanna,
Cautiously.
yeah,
Yep.
if you want to talk to them, I'll just ready my bow and
Yeah.
arrow.
So are you sneaking? Then? You said cautiously get closer. So
We're
roll a stealth check.
Dragonborn and a dwarf. How sneaky can we be?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like around a little bit.
I'm I'm at disadvantage for this because I am big, green, and scaly and wearing scale mail.
So
What am I? I'm circling.
Was that a natural one?
I got 3.
I got a 2 plus 1, and I'm wearing
All right.
chainmail. Oh wait, I have disadvantage, so I have to roll twice. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep, you have to roll twice and take the lowest.
Yep. The other one's a 12, so I got a 3.
I'm the sneakiest ranger.
Do the wolves know we're here? Do the wolves see us?
That's what I am finding out.
I'm sure they do now.
They currently do not
We're
see
so
you.
sneaky.
Are you kidding
Wow.
me? These things are not high in the survival list.
Yeah.
Well, you're still 75 feet away.
Yeah.
Rather, I should say they haven't attacked you.
Okay. So, are we continuing to approach these things?
Yeah, I'm good. Walking forward a little.
Okay, how far away?
Let's go another 25 feet.
So
Yeah,
you
I'm
want to
gonna
go
say
up to
that.
50 feet away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talk to
Da, 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 and da, da, da. You see one of the wolves stop and stiffen, but that's it. It, ap-
Because
it appears to be listening.
He's listening. Let me try to speak with the animal and yell over to him that we're not going to harm you. Let me give that a shot.
Okay, and
See if he strikes a conversation up with me
da, da, da,
for
da.
whatever limited brain he can. He's pretty much a yes or no guy.
So what are you using to do that with?
What's to do my? Let me look quick, really here. What would be my best thing to do? Animal handling. I got a +3. Would that?
Yeah,
be
but if
good?
you're trying to speak with him, you'd have to cast a spell. Unless it's
Yeah.
a okay. Oh, so you want
That's
to do
what
a
I'm doing.
you want
I'm
to do a spell?
casting speak with animals.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a self.
I thought you wanted some more. And I'm circle of the moon, if that means anything. And he's a wolf, so that should give me a little extra.
Okay, so you cast Speak with Animals on yourself. What do you do?
Yeah, have I yelled at him that we're here in peace. We're not going to harm him. Does
Roll
he
persuasion.
acknowledge that?
Roll persuasion.
All right, I got to check my persuasion stat. Just give me a sec. Oh, only a +1. Okay, here we go. And that's rare. So 18 altogether.
So you see it kind of. Let me get back to your character real quick.
And that's the first level spell that took up a first level slot for today.
Okay, so you see it kind of relax a little bit.
So I have a repertoire.
well, it's not outright hostile. That's a start.
All right, let me ask it if there's anything else in here more monstrous than them. Anything around more monstrous than them. Besides the boar.
Well, a boar is not considered to be monstrous.
Yeah, if there's some kind of a monster around here, a wolf would know.
Da-da-da. Roll a... Roll an intellect.
Intellect? Oh, that's my strong point. Strength is my weak point. Here we go. No, it's not as strong as I thought. That's another character. Son of a gun. Okay, here we go. We got an 11. No modifiers.
You hear some... this is to everybody else. You hear what sounds like growling and yips. Not very loud, just quiet. It sounds like they're trying to talk to each other. And Steve, what you will hear at this point is there are many monstrosities and monsters in this woods. 2 of your party here are deemed a monster by us.
All right, I say to them, I see your point. You're making a good point. But trust me, they're civilized. Is there anything here that's monstrous we can help by killing for you? Lead us to it.
Roll persuasion.
An 11 plus, I think I got a +3 on that. Let me double check. Persuasion, no, +1. So I got a 12.
You say we can trust them. We don't know you. We don't trust you. We don't trust them.
Man, these are talkative wolves. You guys, I
So what are you two doing?
Dude, I'm just standing here like, all right, depending on which one of these things move, determines the next move.
keep your bows and arrows ready, guys. That I say that to them. All right, let me take one more shot at this. Lead us to a monster you want to get rid of. We'll help you out. Flash.
Roll persuasion.
These wolves are starting to really get on my nerves. Okay, we got a 9 + 1, that's a 10.
We will take you to what we are hunting.
You guys, I explain that to everybody in my party and see if they want to go along.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, we ain't got nothing better to do.
Okay, so we got 2 wolves in our party now, and they're leading.
They're not in your party. They're just
Yeah, I know.
not enemies of you.
They're not immediately hostile.
Yeah. All right, and
So,
I'll kind of whisper to these guys, say, I'm good. They don't really trust you.
understood.
That's fair.
All right, where are the wolves leading us, so great one?
So they lead you a little bit deeper into the woods. It's about another 20 minutes. Hold on, let me see something real quick.
Okay, well, my spell only lasts 10 minutes, so we're not talking
Yep,
anymore.
so they're no longer talking to you. Go ahead and roll perception.
All of us?
Everybody.
Okay.
Or you can roll, roll perception.
Perception?
All right, I got a 16 plus a 3, so that's 19.
18.
Finally, I'm rolling.
That's 11. I'm at 13.
19 total here.
Okay. So, Energy and Steve, you guys have all been following the wolves for a while. This does not apply to you, Lucky. Energy and Steve, you see kind of what's shown on the screen. Right? You see 2 boars. They are cautious. They're not running around or anything like that. They're trying to be quiet, but they're a boar in the middle of the forest. The wolves are now in more of a pouncing stance than anything else. What do you do?
Okay, so it's kind of like one of those things you're looking at it going, that? Really?
The middle of this.
Are they any bigger than normal?
They look like normal boars.
So we got two normal wolves, two normal boars.
Yeah, but you just said that you're bringing us to something that was supposed to be monstrous.
Yeah,
Well, they were
I
hunting,
yelled to
wasn't
the
it?
wolves. Really? Really? This is what you brought us to? Of course. How many slots do I have at first level for
2.
first level spells?
I think 2, maybe 3. Let me check.
Do I want to burn another talk to the wolves?
You have
here, or are
2.
we wasting our time?
As you yell that, you see both
Yeah.
boars turn and charge the sound.
Who-
Roll
Charging me or
initiative.
charging the wolves.
Roll initiative.
All right, here we go. You guys better have those bow and arrows ready. Yeah.
15.
Okay, let me look for a modifier on my sheet. And initiative. Where the heck's initiative? See it. Oh, there it is. +1. I got an 11.
10.
Energy?
Yes.
What'd you get for
Oh,
initiative?
15.
And Okay. So the boar charges. One of the boars charge at the sound of what they made. And Lucky, what is your AC?
16.
The boar charges, and that's about all that happens. All right, he falls short of you. The second boar follows up and just kind of hangs out short of you. They're both kind of positioned right there. You're still 40 feet away from them.
Okay.
The wolves have moved off to the side, and generic player character is being generic and just hanging out back.
Where are we? Are we up? Were we up
You're on the
top?
northern. You're at the northern edge. So I'm just gonna use just a generic one here. Do it this way. Da-da-da-da. You're gonna be up there.
Okay.
So they're posturing. The boars are posturing.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that said, Arrakis, what do you do?
I'm going to move. Where did I go? 30 feet walking.
So you get one move and one attack. And then that's not including bonus actions.
Can I mean, I'm probably going to move towards them. I think I can get close to them.
You can get within 10 feet of them. You can get to 10 feet, or you can take a double move to engage, but then you lose your attack.
No, I'm going to, if you move me over just one more to the right, just so I can be in between them and the wolves.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll go there. I think that is actually all I can do. I mean, I don't want to waste my breath weapon yet, so.
Okay. Flintock, then. Oh, okay.
I'm going to ready in action. I'm going to raise my hand, and I am ready to release my cantrip of poison spray if I need to.
So you're readying that as a reaction? Is that what you're trying to do?
To the wolf's posture. I mean, to the board's posture. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do.
You're in combat. It's not a posture.
Okay, I'm in combat?
Yeah.
Well, then I'm letting the poison spray go like a skunk.
So you have a range
Okay,
of
then
10
you
feet.
concentrate.
You gotta get closer.
I gotta get closer?
Yep.
Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. I'll get within 10 feet.
You can get 15 feet away.
15 feet away and ready the cantrip and let them make the next move?
Yep. So you're wanting to ready that as a reaction if they attack you.
That's correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you can ready an action and use it as a reaction?
He's readying it as spell as a reaction.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay, and Lockjaw, you're up.
Alright, I got a line of sight on them, right? From where I'm standing?
Yes.
Alright. Well, since of me moving, I'm gonna shoot from here.
Okay, what are you shooting?
Longbow.
Okay.
So that's 19.
That hits.
Alright, so it's
Yeah, that's a good roll. That means he didn't hit me.
1d8.
Which boar are you attacking?
Forwardmost one.
Okay.
And it does 1d8 plus 2 on my stuff, and I rolled a 6, so 8 points of damage.
Okay, you see the arrow, it flies in, it sticks in the boar's gut. You have pissed it off.
Wow. That's what I'm good at.
It's his thing. All right, we got a pissed off boar, and I got a little spray here. All right. All right, energy save the day.
Okay, and before we do anything else, let me go ahead and do this.
Say, does their general player character do anything?
No.
Just watching?
Generic player character is being generic player character.
Gotcha.
What you do see, though, is... okay, let me roll for this wolf. That's what, 12? So the one wolf just kind of hanging out there. The second wolf that's nearest your player character, generic player character, he lunges at generic player character.
Oh, come on. Really? I knew I didn't like these
And,
wolves.
2d4. He does 10 points of damage to the generic player character. You see that wolf just latch onto his arm and just start thrashing. The other wolf is just kind of hanging out, not doing much. Okay, so that's... Let's see, that's all of them. So let's see. And so now we're at the rightmost boar. So let's see. He can't get to him. The rightmost boar looks at Arrakis and charges into him. So, Arrakis, what's your armor class?
18.
Yeah, the boar charges and he misses. But he's still pretty much like right next to Arrakis. So he is now, we're going to say, right there.
So we came within 10 feet.
He's within 10 feet of Arrakis, yes.
Ole. Nice move, Arrakis.
Flint, it means you should have hit him.
The second boar... The second boar will then charge in, and it will... what's your armor class? Actually, let me do it this way. Okay, percentile. The second boar charges in, does no damage, and bounces off of Arrakis' shield.
What?
Who did it go after?
It bounced off Arrakis' shield.
No, no. Went after the pally.
Now,
So he sidestepped one and bounced the other off his shield.
gotcha.
Yes.
Ah, impressive.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
Arrakis, what are you doing?
I'm going to take a swing at the one that attacked me first
Okay.
with my longsword.
Okay. Roll to hit.
1d. Oh, sorry. Wait, what do I roll for?
Well, it's going to be a d20, and then...
Oh, I'm sorry. I got it. Hit. 13 plus 6 is 19.
Okay. Roll your damage.
7 plus 4, 11. Slashing.
All right. As you swing your sword at this boar, it buries itself deep in the boar's neck, and you see that boar just slump over.
Yay!
Yay.
All right. Let me do this. Generic player character does nothing, but he does end up. Wait a second. Let me do it this way, because I gotta do it right.
But he doesn't die.
He passes out. Generic player character is now unconscious. Flintock, you're up.
Am I in any immediate challenge from any of these animals?
There's a boar 5 feet away from you attacking the paladin. Other than that, roll a perception.
Is the paladin the NPC or our player that's not here?
No.
No, he's about
Oh.
generics by
Oh,
me.
the paladin is the other dragon.
Yes.
Oh, paladins are such a pain. All right, I rolled 17.
You see
What was
the...
it? Was it perception?
Yeah.
Okay, technically that's a 20 then.
You see the wolf that was latched on to generic player character has now unlatched from generic player character and turned towards the dragonborn.
Which one?
The
guy
ranger.
Who's a pain? The ranger? Okay, so they're both pains in the butts in their own way. All right. So he's going towards the ranger?
Yeah.
All right, I'm
no,
gonna
you've
make
seen
my-
him turn towards the ranger.
All right. I'm going to step between the wolf and the ranger, put my hand up, and tell the wolf to stop. That's enough, buddy. Stop.
Okay, so you want to move up to here, and you're saying stop.
Yep. With whatever love of nature I have and whatever nature got that he might understand, I'm taking a chance. Because I love animals.
Boots.
The wolf just growls. I'm not even gonna let you roll
Okay.
for that.
Okay. Momentary proud. I think the boars are a bigger problem than the wolf. Player got what he deserved.
So that was your roll, or that was
Yeah.
your move. You still have an attack if you so wish.
Well, since he stopped, I'm going to stop too. We got a Mexican standoff here.
Okay. Your cantrip is
Okay.
no longer readied. Lockjaw, you're up.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna look at this and go. All right, if you got that, I'll target the second boar if I got an angle on it. Or do you need me to, or if I need to shift positions within 30 feet to get me that shot?
As of right now, you can see it, but you have disadvantage.
Work. Can I move somewhere where I won't have disadvantage on that shot?
Absolutely, as long as you're not shooting through another dragonborn.
Yeah. Slide me to where that will work.
Well, I'm assuming you want to be more than there. Okay.
All right. And
So you moved about 10 feet. You moved about 15 feet, and you move so that your the dragonborn you're shooting by is going to be on your right. So Arrakis will be on the right of the boar, from
Okay.
your perspective.
all right, I'm gonna take my shot. My d20.
Nat 1,
Yeah.
roll damage.
Six.
As you pull your bow back to shoot, two things happen. The string on your bow suddenly snaps, causing the arrow to fall, and the string then whips you in the face. You take 2 points of damage.
Yay. Can I just free action and be like, well, fuck, and drop the bow?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Alright. Because the next thing I'm doing is going to pull my short swords.
Well, the bow's broke, so as a free action, as a bonus action, you can drop it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Right. You still haven't drawn your swords, so it doesn't matter. Okay. So at this point, Wolf A, which was the one growling. 25. The wolf in front of you, Flintock, is growling. You see him crouching a little bit, but other than that, he still hasn't done anything.
Okay. Is it my turn? I thought energy has to go.
No, I'm doing the wolves' turns.
Oh, I see. Okay. So do I react to that? Oh no.
You
Okay,
don't, it doesn't prompt a reaction.
Okay, carry on.
You can see the second wolf. He is now growling at the dragonborn.
That was the wolf that wasn't doing anything. Now he's growling.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
All right. And, so it's the boar's turn. That's kind of a crappy initiative set. 14 plus a 3 to hit. 15, 16, 17. The boar goes to swing its head to try and gore you, Arrakis, and once again he comes ever so close to getting past your shield's guard, but just barely bounces on the edge of it. And Arrakis, you are up.
I'm going to swing at that same boar that just tried to hit me with my longsword.
Okay, roll to attack.
9 plus 6 is 15.
Okay, roll damage.
2 plus 4 is 6. Oh, slashing.
Okay, you go to slash into the boar, you miss its neck, and you just kind of cut down the flank of him. Now it's really mad, and it's just kind of limping. But it's definitely angry at you now. Okay, generic player character is unconscious. So... okay, he made his first save. Flintock, you're up.
Okay. All right, I'm going to burn my last spell, and it's going to be Speak with the Animals again. And I'm going to be directing myself to the wolves. Do I need a roll for that? Or because I've already done it, you're going to give it to me?
Well, you don't have to roll for the spell. What are you saying?
Okay. I'm talking to these little guys here, and I'm telling them, do not touch me or these big galoots again, or it'll be your head. So either stay there or help us kill these boars. You kill these boars, you're going to eat. You do anything else but help us or not intervene, you're dead.
Roll intimidation.
All right. This is either going to work or we're going to have four after us. My intimidation is +1. Here's a roll. The TSN turning point. I got a 15 plus a 1 is 16.
You just hear the wolf growl at you.
Okay, I'll take it as long as he's not moving.
He's not moving. He growls at you. Who says the dragons weren't who we were hunting?
Oh yeah, I forgot our generic player wasn't a dragonborn. I thought everybody was. Yeah. Okay, but I'm gonna let the turn ends. No
Okay.
takebacks.
Yep. Lockjaw, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna pull my short swords.
Okay.
I'll move into a flanking position on the boar.
Okay.
Was this a free action or is this?
Drawing your swords is a free. I'll give you as a bonus action.
Okay. I'll take. Well, yeah, I got dual weapon fighting, but I can only do one attack right now. So I'll swing it with my short sword, which is that is 17.
Hits.
6. Ooh. 6 plus 2, so 8 points of damage.
So as you swing with your short sword, are you swinging or stabbing? Actually, tell you what. Tell me how you kill the boar. It's not a nat 20, so
yeah,
let's be realistic, but tell me how you kill the boar.
Yeah, come up behind and go, huh. I have it right behind its neck bone connection.
Okay. As Flintock, or I'm sorry, not Flintock, as Lockjaw drives his short sword down into the base of the spine of the boar, it lets out an ungodly squeal as it dies. As soon as you do this, everybody roll Flintock and Energy roll perception.
Gosh, am I rolling perception too?
Yes.
15.
I'm sorry, not Flintock. Steve, you don't need to roll perception. Lucky and Energy roll perception.
Good, because I rolled a 1.
I'm
Yeah, 15.
Okay.
I'm at 17 without counting other bonuses when we're in the woods.
You both see the one wolf currently hunched, looking like it's ready to attack. It hasn't done anything, but it's bristled, it's growling at Flintock. You see the other wolf starting to crouch down while baring its teeth at Lockjaw. Okay, so So Wolf A.
Well, I warned them. They could have had a free meal. These wolves. I'm trying to find in the player's handbook if I had 2 or 3 spell slots for
You
today.
had 2.
I had 2? Okay.
Yep.
I'm done then. It's me and my scimitar from here.
No, for your big spells, you still got cantrips.
Oh yeah, you have cantrips.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can make a fire, or I can do my poison spray.
Can't you handle these animals?
Yeah, I can do the same, but at this point, you want to talk, give you the edge.
Who's up?
So-
Whose turn is it?
It's the wolves' turn.
Okay.
Steve, I'll let you roll for one more attempt at persuasion. Well, actually, yeah,
Persuasion or
no,
intimidation?
intimidation.
Yeah.
At a DC of 18.
Oh, jeez. Thanks.
Roll high.
You're not going to believe this. It's a natural 18. If I could show it to you, I would. But it's a natural 18.
Okay.
And I think on intimidation I have +1.
Well, it doesn't matter. You passed DC.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to say to the wolf in front of you?
Back off. Just sit the hell down.
Okay, at that, you see the wolf promptly stopped growling and sit.
Okay. Finally.
The other wolf doesn't care because
Okay.
you were talking to this wolf.
Well, I gave them an overall warning, so if the Dragonborn take them down, it's not my...
So, okay, so that was that, and Wolf B. Let me just make sure on this one. Darn. Okay. So, at this point, ouch. Does a 22 hit you, Lockjaw?
Yeah, that'll connect. Like, what the hell's hitting me? We just murdered the 2 things in front of us.
Haven't we killed the 2 boars?
Yeah.
So this is that stupid wolf? Well,
there was
we'll
2
find out.
wolves.
Sorry. Yeah, I know.
There's
I got
2
one under
wolves.
control.
That second wolf, the wolf that is not sitting and was next to Steve, he was so focused on Lockjaw that he just keeps going. He lunges and bites Lockjaw again on his arm, dealing 7 damage.
Seriously.
How much do you have? How much HP do you have left?
I'm at 0, dude.
Okay, you're unconscious. As soon as the wolf bites Lockjaw, you see Lockjaw start to bat at the wolf, but blood's coming down, and you see him just crumple to the ground.
Great. 2 down.
Okay. They're both dead. Arrakis, what are you doing?
I'm going to slash the shit out of that wolf.
Okay.
Cause it jumped over. Yeah. So natural 1 plus 6, 7.
It doesn't matter. It's a natural 1.
Yeah.
You go to slash at the wolf. However, as you go to slash, you trip on a rock and you begin to fall prone. So you are now prone, pretty much lying next to the wolf, straddling Lockjaw's body.
Dragonborns is so stupid.
Okay, player character's turn.
Saving throw.
He made his second saving throw, so he's got 2 successes. And Flintock, your turn.
Where is this rebel wolf in comparison to me?
About 25 feet away from you, due south.
Well, I ain't got much tricks left.
You've got a 25-foot
scimitar.
move. You can, with a normal move in and attack.
Yeah. Will you let me ready my scimitar in the movement?
Yeah, you're just drawing it. You're not changing weapons.
Okay. All right. Let's go try and hit him with the scimitar.
Okay. So you draw your scimitar. You move in. Go ahead and roll your attack. Roll to hit.
Is that a D20?
Yep, D20. D20, and you get a +3 to hit.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Anything but a 1. Sorry, it fell off. Reroll. And we stopped at a 10. A natural 10.
Okay, so you have a +3, so you have a 13. Roll damage.
No damage?
Roll damage. You hit.
Roll damage. Is that a D12?
I don't know. That is a
Oh.
D6.
D6. Okay.
1d6 + 1.
Oh yeah, sorry. D12 is my poison spray. All right. 2.
2. So you go to slash at the wolf. You just barely make contact, like just the very leading tip of your scimitar makes contact, and you see a slight bloodline appear in the wolf's coat, right about the ribcage section of the wolf.
All right. A warning shot.
Oh, wait, crap.
Oh, and before I moved, I pointed at the other wolf. I just pointed at him.
Okay. All right, he is unconscious. He is unconscious. So that wolf, the wolf that you just slashed at, immediately turns to look at you, Flintock. You hear him growling at you. And 14, does that hit you?
Good question. Let me look at my character sheet. Sorry, I didn't print mine out, so I got to flip
You're fine.
the pages here.
You're fine.
Where's my AC? Armor class is 14.
So it hits.
It hits. And be good, because I think I only have 12 hit points.
I know, you're level 1. You're all level 1s. So that wolf then just bites down on you, and he deals 6 damage to your arm. Lockjaw, go ahead and roll your save.
Really not liking this wolf. All right, so I'm at half hit points.
What'd you
19.
roll?
I'm out of
19? Okay, 1 success.
Almost out of.
Yay!
2 more successes to go, or what? For you. All right, Arrakis, what's your turn? What are you doing? Remember, you are currently prone.
Yes. Now, if I stand up, is that an action or is that just my movement?
That's your movement.
Okay. I will stand up.
Okay.
I'm no longer prone. And I will slash at this stupid fucking wolf. And hopefully stab it in its neck. So, here.
Oop, wrong one.
6 plus 6 is 12.
You said 12?
12 to hit.
You just barely missed the wolf because he's latched on to Flintock. Flintock kind of flailed a little bit, and it just took the wolf out of your swing range.
Sorry.
All right, Flintock, what do you do?
I'm gonna make the best stab I can with my scimitar into. I'm aiming for his heart.
Okay, roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Is that the D20 I'm rolling?
Yep, roll 2d20. Roll 2d20, take the lowest value.
Okay. Here goes the first one. First one's 19. Here goes the second one. The second one is a 7.
Okay, so you rolled a 7 plus whatever your hit modifier is, which is what?
plus
Plus
1.
3? No, plus 3, I think.
Oh yeah, you gave me that. I can't find that on my sheet. That's right. You said I was a plus 3.
Yeah, because it's so if you look at where it says like if you go to actions, it's an attack action for you.
Oh, okay. I got my spells up. All right. Let me go
Yeah.
back. Okay. There it is. You are correct, sir. It's a plus 3.
So
So
you rolled a
that's
10,
right?
you
7,
miss.
That's a 10.
You go to stab at the wolf's heart, and you
said
just
hopefully.
barely stick it into the ground. You missed. The wolf jumped out of the way in time. So,
Okay.
just so you know, the reason I had you roll at disadvantage is you made a targeted call shot.
Okay. Makes sense. Hey, God favors the bold, just not Nolan.
Okay, Lockjaw, roll your save. All right, you have 2
Nice.
successes.
So close.
I got
Oh,
19,
and
but then I got a 7.
energy. Roll me a percentile.
Oh, percentile?
So 2d10. You actually, hey, look. Do you have percentiles on you?
Yeah.
This is
Roll-
It's on the
100, I
it's
think.
on the thing. I got it.
Okay,
I
roll.
have one too.
Yeah, roll percentile luck.
19.
Okay. So that wolf that was attacking you, Flintock, he lunges towards energy and misses the bite. He goes to bite energy, but energy manages to get his shield up in time, and the wolf just snout bashes the shield.
That's great dexterity for a Dragon Ball.
That's why
Alright.
That's why I didn't want you to roll the percentile energy.
Gotcha.
Good job.
Yeah, we killed that boar.
I think lucky rolls for all of us for the rest of this.
All right, Arrakis, you're up.
All right. Swinging a third time. With the
Okay.
longsword. 17 plus 6, 23.
You hit.
4 plus 4, 8 damage.
Okay. So, as you swing your sword, the long sword comes down, the wolf sees it and starts to jump back, and in turn doing so, you just managed to get a really good hit on its neck. This wolf is now really angry, but also starting to whimper. It's whimpering just from the sheer amount of pain it's in. Okay, and let me roll a player character. Oh, not good for him. Okay. Player character now has 1 failed save. And Flintock, you are up.
All right, what's left to do? The other wolf is still behaving. He's still just sitting there and growling.
Make a perception.
Even though we're beating the crap out of his buddy. All right. Natural 11 plus 3.
You look real quickly. You take a glance to where that wolf was, or where you believe he was last. He's gone.
Okay. What's the whimpering wolf doing? Is there any immediate?
Oh, he's still angry. He made the whimper because somebody just stabbed him with a sword, or her.
Okay, let me see where we're all standing. Okay, I got two downed party members. I got the cleric. All right, I'm gonna get between the wolf and the 2 downed party members as best I can.
You're currently in the best position possible.
Okay, and I'm going to take a ready stance and stare that wolf down. And yeah, just stare that wolf down and if he
Okay.
decides
Lucky.
his
Roll
morale is
percentile.
different.
Percentile, I 60.
Okay. The wolf that's whimpering makes one final lunge at you, Flintock.
I
Because
was ready for it.
Because you readied, I am going to give you a reaction to this, because you specifically made a ready action.
Okay, what am I rolling? A d20?
Regular, you're rolling your attack.
My attack.
Yeah, D20.
Yep. So you're rolling to hit with your scimitar. So as the wolf lunges
And
at you, you get to you
3.
swing your scimitar one more time at the wolf.
Yep, here we go. Oh, crap. I got a 4. Plus a 3 is a 7.
You swung just over the wolf's head as it lunges at you, but in swinging over the wolf's head, and because of the wolf's weakened state, it just kind of falls, it lunges and misses your side, so it doesn't land anything.
Woo!
Arrakis.
We both had a swing and a miss.
Longsword swing.
Okay.
17 plus 6 is 23 to hit.
You hit.
And we will do 9 of slashing damage.
Describe your kill, good sir.
So as the wolf lunges and falls down, I flip around my longsword with my shield in my hand and stab down through the base of its neck, twisting it and killing it.
Okay. Alrighty. And Lucky, or I'm sorry, generic player character. I lied, not Lucky. Generic player character is dead.
On the first day?
He rolled a nat 1,
Oh,
which is an instant 2 death saves. And the sad part is he had 2 successes.
Oh my god.
Flintock, your turn. Flintock, no. Yeah, Flintock. There's no apparent. Roll a perception.
now I get a 16. 16. 13 plus 3.
Okay. You look around. You still don't see that wolf. You don't hear any growling or rustling around you, though. And Lockjaw, roll your final save.
Go get it, buddy. Go get it.
Nat figures, nat 20.
So Lockjaw regains consciousness with 1 HP.
All right.
Right.
At this point, I will allow anybody who is proficient in survival to roll a survival check.
Does that count for me waking up?
You're awake.
Is
And I'm gonna
plus
make it
5
a-
Sufficient?
No, you have to have the full circle next to it.
Oh, I do. I do. You go
Ah.
look at it. It's there. I got a full circle beside wisdom, strength. Beside. It says I have wisdom for survival of plus 5.
Well, that doesn't. Oh, I'm looking. Give me a sec.
He does. It's alright.
I got a dot. I got a
Yes.
bullet.
Yep. So you are proficient with survival.
Whoa, who knew?
I'm an
All
8,
right.
but in favorite terrain that puts me at 20.
Okay.
Wait, what was that?
All right, here I go. I got a 7 plus 5. No, sorry. Yeah, that's a 7. I got a 7 plus 5. That's 12.
Ooh. We lose the stream?
No, I'm still here. I was just listening.
No, mine says the stream's ended.
Oh. It doesn't matter because you're gonna see the same thing. So.
I was on my character sheet, so I missed it. Oh, it's everything's still up for me.
Yeah, but you're out of combat at this point,
Okay.
or at least as far as you're aware, you're out of combat. So, at this point, Lucky, you are regaining consciousness. You look around. You finally stood up. You can't see the wolf, but you do see what appears to be wolf tracks that have just ran off in a completely other direction.
I'll get that fucker later.
Hey, boys, what do you say we bring back 3 heads and see if we get X?
Okay. I'm gonna take a snack break, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, if we rest, I can cure some wounds.
I can throw. So.
You still there, Nolan?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I mean, I
How
have.
long would we have to rest for me to get my 2 spell slots back?
8 hours.
You have to do a long rest.
Oh.
I mean, do we want to do?
Well,
a
you
long
think we
rest
can
before
limp
we
home
do it?
from here?
Could take a short rest and then clean up and go.
Okay.
I have.
We could eat some more.
I have 5 points of lay on hands. I can do.
That's an emergency thing, like, to get somebody back up.
We'll take a short rest. I'll cook some boar, and we'll head in with 3 heads.
Is the area? Is there anything else here?
What are you looking at? What are you looking for?
Anything threatening?
Yeah, I mean, this thing screamed, so anything coming kind of thing?
Roll perception.
Everyone, or
24.
You don't hear anything happening in the wild other than like animal noises, but it doesn't sound like anything's approaching you.
Alright, so we'd be okay to take a short rest. DM shrugs.
What do we need to take a short rest for?
Heal some wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll only get some health back.
So you all want to take a short rest?
Yeah, I mean, I can like stand guard, I guess.
So a short rest is at least a 1 hour downtime during which you do nothing serious other than eating, drinking, tending to wounds.
Yeah.
So you don't recover any spent spell slots or anything like that.
Nope.
But that said, you do get to roll your hit die for your class plus whatever your Constitution modifier is. So
All right.
for Flintock, you would get 1d8 plus 3 for health.
Here we go.
And then
There's more.
I don't know what your hit die is, Luck. I want to say it's a d8.
There's a D10. Gotta
Okay.
love Rangers.
Yeah.
I got a 3 plus 3, so I'm back to full health. Woohoo.
Okay. So Flintock is fully healed. So while he is doing that, here's what I'm going to let you guys know. You have successfully managed to defeat 2 boars and 1 wolf and chased the other wolf away through intimidation. You don't get any experience for chasing that other wolf away. So,
Yeah. Hurricane 7. Yay.
Okay. So, let me get back here to the edit section. So, nope, that's not what I want. Summaries. So, every one of you now gains 150 XP.
Alrighty.
And that is where we are going to call it for the night. We'll say over the course of the long rest, or not long rest, over the course of the short rest, cook the boar and eat it. Right? I'm assuming
Except
you
the
guys
head.
have whatever.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me what you're doing, so we're just gonna assume you cook. You processed a little bit of the boar, cut what you needed to eat off of the boar.
So none of these heads count as a monstrous creature to take back to our instructor?
They are not a monstrosity.
Okay.
So what we're looking for is still out here. So
Yeah.
But that's where we are going to end the session 0. So at this point, I am going to go ahead and end the stream. So let me go here. And I thank you all so much for joining us and tuning in. Catch us next week. We will be again on Wednesdays from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern, 7 to 10 p.m. Central. Until then, we look forward to it. Have a great night.